The government is lying to the American people.
You guys remember the story of the spy balloon that was supposedly out of China that came over here earlier this year, and how it just took its sweet ass time moseying through across our country? Do you remember that? The reason I want to mention this is I think everything is correlated. Everything that's happened this year is correlated, and that our government isn't being transparent with us. I know a lot of us want to believe our own government would kill us off. And yeah, they probably would. They probably have a hand in it too. But here's my theory. And this is just a theory, guys. I think we've already been sold out to China. All right. This is a push towards a one world government where you will have nothing and you will be happy and content. Of us already arguing that if they take TikTok, some of us are going to have a panic over this. Is that so many of us are so preoccupied with stupidness and garbage on the internet that we're not fully paying attention to what has been happening. Now, America has one of the most robust military in the world. We pay the most money to the military industrial complex. There's no way on earth you're going to convince me that they let a spy balloon go unnoticed across our country without trying to stop it earlier. But when I see, parts of the United States being burnt out by wildfire or train derailment, we could even include other parts of the world, right, being engulfed with wildfire. I mean, you just can't convince me otherwise that strange things are happening. They're happening, all right? They're happening for a reason. These images should be obvious to people. It's happening all over the world globally. So while all the rich and powerful that control this world are global elites, we're not talking about the Bezos and Elon Musk, we're talking about people behind the scene. While they're creating little paradises and oases for themselves, you're going to be pushed out. And the thing is, they're not even shameful about it anymore. It should be obvious to people, but people just don't like believing horrible things. It does not necessarily mean it's the United States government. I really want to urge that. I want to urge that there's other things happening with the BRICS nations, right? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, right? All these other countries that are coming together are trying to warn you, give you a heads up. And that some of us are just sitting by idly saying, well, America is horrible, America's horrible. Yeah, America's been horrible and greedy for a long time, and that's going to be their demise. That's going to be their fall, is their absolute greed and corruption and lack of care for their people. Same goes for Canada. Canada has the same issues, right? They mirror America, and they love doing the same things. They follow in our footsteps. The only reason I'm doing this video is to tell you the important thing to take away here is that all of these things, in my opinion, are being done and carried out in order to shut people down from owning land, shut people down from growing crops and growing food, push people into smaller communities that then they can label as 15-minute cities. And I've seen this just in the change of how everything has been done over the years. We know that public schools look like prisons. Let's be clear about that. Colleges and institutions that, are facilities that we use all look like prison systems, all right? Post office, college, dorms especially, they're like prisons. They're like mini prisons. They want you to get used to the idea of living like how they do over there in China. And I hate to say it that way because the Chinese people have been living under that type of duress for their whole life. But they have a social credit system already in place over there in China. And this is what's coming to a land near you. And the quickest way to do this is to take away your land, take away things that is yours, burn it to the ground, right? And make you have fear among your own people, right? Create a division, create hatred for your fellow Americans so that you could say, you did this, you voted for this person, and so you're at fault. So I'm here to tell you not to allow the fear to get to you. Understand the plans that are unfolding is biblical, to say the least. And I already think, and this is my gut feeling, that we've already been sold, that this country's already signed away some contract somewhere saying that, you know what, okay, we're going to be a part of one world government. We're going to have districts, just like in the movie District 9, and people are going to have to be confined to what we give them and the food we feed them and how we want them to live. But I could be wrong.